What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast. This is episode number 78. I had to look at the notes. 78. Almost said 76. Not 76. 78. Can't think of anyone that comes to mind. 78's a random number.
It's a big number.
Oh, probably a lineman. I don't know. No, nothing comes to mind.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked out our last video, not part of the 77 episode 77, I'm talking about our special episode of March Mammal Madness. Did a fun thing this week. Go check it out if you haven't already. I think we've won a lot in the first round. So we're looking up, Noah. We're looking up. We know our animals.
And they're what? They're just getting picked by people.
They're just getting picked by the University of Arizona State.
Interesting.
Yeah. They do a whole thing. They tweeted out 10 different tweets. They go over in depth of what they think would happen in the scenario. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot to go over, but good for them. And go check out our bracket.
Yeah.
We'll dive into this week. We got the NFL free agency. A lot of signings, a lot of people moving to different teams. Probably going to need a refresher before fantasy football this season because there were so many signings. And then we're going to give our thoughts about the Bears and the Niners and what they're doing this offseason. So Noah, start us off. Who we got? What's the free agency looking like?
Yeah. So there's obviously a lot of moving parts, a lot of names, big names going to different teams. So we'll just cover some of the big names, a little bit of the contract, maybe.
I want to say there's a lot of big names. I would say, especially running backs.
Right now, this is just free agent. I don't even know. Like, there's been a lot of big trades. There was also, we'll get it out of the way right now, big first draft trade today with the Vikings. They sent their second round pick and I believe like their fourth round pick or fifth round pick to the Texans for their first round pick this year. And then I think a fourth and then like a later seventh or sixth or something. And Vikings also sent their second next year for that. So Texans probably don't want to spend money on a first round pick because they've been spending a lot of money. And honestly, I don't even think they need to draft anyone in the first round right now.
Yeah.
Maybe use their second round picks next year to move up if they have to, if they like somebody. So Vikings most likely going to use those two first round picks to move up and get a QB because right now they're stuck with Sam Darnold. They have a pretty decent team right now. They did lose some big pieces on defense, but they really need a QB bad. So we'll see what they do there.
I mean, $10 million for Sam Darnold. Jesus Christ.
They just need somebody.
Yeah.
Anybody, because the two backups they had last year were not very good. So,
no.
But yeah, one of the first signings and probably one of the biggest signings, Chris Jones back to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Huge contract, a 5-year, $158 million, 101 guaranteed. I think it's up to like 160 something, 165 maybe. Biggest contract for a defensive tackle this year. So other next would be Kirk Cousins going to the Falcons, obviously huge, coming off the Achilles, leaving Minnesota with nobody. Signed a 4-year, $180 million, $100 million guaranteed. He's 36 years old and he's only won one playoff game in his career. So huge contract there for someone who I think everyone has seen as average or above average.
Yeah.
But everyone also thinks he's good. So it's like a really tough.
Yeah.
Because he's good, but he's also not great.
I feel like
he only won one time in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's definitely higher than a mid QB, but he's not top 10. He's like just right outside the top 10, I would say. But I would
Yeah,
still have him, and I think he's a good fit on the Falcons. They just need someone to throw these playmakers the ball. That's all they need. They need a, as you say, game manager. That's that
yeah, they're a game
word
manager.
word went around last year with the Niners. But yeah, they just need a QB. So
Yeah, so it'll be exciting to see what the Falcons do, see how they are
yeah,
next year. New head coach and everything too. Christian Wilkins, defensive tackle, huge name, also from Miami, going to the Raiders.
yeah,
Big 4 year, 110 mil, 85 mil guaranteed there. So, and remember, all these contracts, they might sound huge. It's all on the guaranteed money. It's all about that because after that, you can just cut them. Like
yeah,
Daniil Hunter, Vikings lost Daniil Hunter going to the Texans. Big for the Texans. They got someone across from Will Anderson Jr.
yeah.
2 year, 50 million. So it's a big contract there, but not the biggest for an edge. I don't even. I think it was. I don't know. We'll see if it pops up, but
I can't think of it.
Green Yard or something. I think the Vikings gave someone a bigger contract, but
Yeah, Greenyer, Bryce Huff,
Bryce Huff got a big one, but I think it was like 15 million a year, maybe.
Josh Allen. Did
Yeah,
he?
Josh Allen. But he was a franchise tag by the Jaguars.
Oh, okay.
Baker Mayfield back to the Bucks, 3 year, 100 mil. Um, 50 mil guaranteed on that one.
Yep.
So,
Good
if
move.
he doesn't play up to par like he did this past year, they just lose 50 mil. Whatever, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing to these guys, but I think it's a good spot for him. Mike Evans back there. Um,
Yeah.
Maybe they add another weapon like Tyler Boyd. We'll see what they do there, but I think there's a nice little fit there.
It's a reasonable contract too. You're not overpaying the guy. I think Baker, this is like the best possible deal for both sides. So
Yeah, it's good mutual,
yeah. You
you
don't see
know.
that often.
Yeah. Michael Pittman was just resigned. Josh Jacobs, I think, was probably one of the biggest surprises
Yeah.
going to the Packers from the Raiders. Uh, Very surprising because Aaron Jones was their back, and he pretty much put the team on his back in their last 3 games
Hmm.
in week 7 or week 18, and then the 2 playoff games. They signed him for 4 years, 48 million, and then they released Aaron Jones, who then signed with the Vikings for $7 million.
Very
Patrick Queen to
quick.
the Steelers.
Yeah. Patrick Queen.
Um, yeah, I mean, going to a rival. A lot of
A lot of in division, interdivision signings,
yeah,
which
and
you
then a
don't
lot
really
of
see often, but
four former teammates said he is dead to them. And then we got Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles. Speaking of
dead to
in
me.
division
Oh,
um, signings, so it's a 3 year, 38 million. Could hit 47 million, and 27 is guaranteed.
yeah.
So,
Exciting for the
uh,
Eagles.
yeah, big contract.
Eagles made some moves.
Their line is still offensive line still really good with Jason Kelsey retiring, and
Yeah.
we'll see how he does there because the Giants did not have a good offensive line the past couple of years. Um, and
No,
if Saquon is healthy, it'll be interesting to see with Jalen Hurts and Saquon what they do there because
the offense is going to look a little different. I don't think the Eagles are going to rely on Hurts to run, maybe, even though he likes to run, but now you have a second option.
yeah, Eagles offense was out of sorts last year a few times. Like if you watch them play, they'd run some weird play where it'd be like a QB draw on 3rd and 10. Um, or something like that. Like it was
Yeah.
just crazy some of the plays they were calling, but we'll see. I think they got a new offensive coordinator. So Calvin Ridley, 4 year, 92 mil, 50 mil guaranteed,
Huge, huge
leaving the
contract.
Jaguars for the Tennessee Titans, who look had a nice little offseason so far.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Bryce Huff was who we were talking about earlier, 3 year, 51 mil to the Eagles from the Jets. One of the best pass rushers last year. I think this is the highest contract ever for someone who has gone undrafted.
Yeah.
So big for him.
And
Derrick Henry. to the Ravens.
Yeah, the Eagles definitely needed someone on the defensive line after Fletcher Cox retiring,
Yeah,
and who's the other guy that left? Someone else left.
I don't know. But they also have I think his name is Josh Sweat. He is now on the trade block, and Riddick, who I think they're gonna go, whoever they keep is gonna pass rush across from Huff. But I think both of those guys are on trade block right now.
Hmm,
Um, Derrick Henry to the Ravens 2 year,
wild.
uh, 18 mil, something like that. Uh,
You c-
expected,
if you
expected.
can't stop Lamar and you can't stop Derrick Henry, dude, just chalk it up. Like
Yeah. I mean, I
Derrick
think
Henry
everybody
doesn't
just
have to do.
expected it though. Yeah.
Yeah, Henry doesn't have to do anything crazy either. You know, he just has to probably just score on the goal line or 5 yards and in or
He's gonna be
get
the
a
power
big third
back.
down. You know,
Yeah. He'll probably be the main back, and then who was that rookie that got hurt?
Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Is it Keaton?
Yeah, Keaton Mitchell, who tore his ACL, I think. Um,
Yeah,
he'll come back. He'll probably be the speed guy, and then Henry will be the power back. Um,
good 1-2 punch.
Austin Eckler going to the Commanders. Commanders loaded up this offseason with veterans. So I think these are all going to be bridge guys um,
Yeah,
for next year. They're just kind of like
drafting
getting
a QB this year.
they're full rebuild mode.
Yeah,
So we'll see. Honestly, they probably gonna get the first pick next year. Their team does not look that great, but um, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe their rookie QB will carry them.
yeah. Caleb
Um,
Williams.
yeah, they're gonna trade up to one. We'll see. They got a lot of picks, and I think they're gonna end up doing some sort of trade.
Yeah.
Um, whether it be moving into the into the first round again or trading to the first pick. We'll see. Marquise Brown to the Chiefs yesterday. Tony
That's
Pollard to the Titans.
huge, I guess. Chiefs getting Marquise Brown.
Yeah, Marquise Brown's really good. And we got him for 11 million for a year. It's now that probably solidifies the Cardinals getting a wide receiver in the draft. Um, but I can see them trading back maybe and then just drafting one of the other
Yeah.
receivers. We'll see. I feel like maybe like the Giants will try to jump up, or a team like the Vikings might jump up to four to draft a QB ahead of the Giants. Um,
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. But Tony Pollard to the Titans, 3 year, 24 mil. And any other names you can think of right now that are huge, huge, huge?
We mentioned Russell Wilson going to the Steelers, right, last week?
Yeah.
Was it last week or this week? Can't remember. I think it was last week. I can't really think of anything else. I'm sure we're missing someone, but a lot has happened during this free agency, which is wild.
Yeah, I mean, those were some of just the biggest names. I mean, DeAndre
Yeah,
Swift to the Bears, like, not a huge name though. Like, not as big as like
feel like you would have
the ones I
covered that
said.
in your
Yeah, it's gonna be covered in the
next
next one, and
segment.
then Gabe Davis to the Jaguars, replacing Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
So, Gabe Davis, you can go ahead and have one good game, one terrible game, one good game, one terrible game with the Jaguars now.
That is right.
Zero catches, and then a 100-yard game, and then 3 games of zero catches, and then another 100-yard game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just some of it. Free agency's gonna keep on moving. Um, Tyler Boyd's still out there. Um, there's a few names
T
out there.
Higgins still out there too.
T. Higgins trade asked for
Requested
a
a trade.
trade from the Bengals. Yeah, he got franchise tagged though. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Uh,
We'll probably see some more trades going on because we've just seen a couple big ones.
Joe Mixon to the Texans.
Joe
He
Mixon
just
got
signed a
traded to the Texans.
3 year, 27 million, I think,
Yeah,
9 million
and
per year.
signed
That's
there.
like the running back market right now. It's around 7 to 9 million,
Yeah. Oh,
maybe.
and also Brian Burns to the Giants, who probably have one of the best defensive lines right now in the league. They
Yeah.
they signed him for a 5 year, hundred something million deal. Um, but the real I guess story about that is the Panthers. They had a 3 first round pick offer from the Rams a year and a half ago, 2 years ago for Brian Burns, and they declined it, and now they only got a second
Yeah, they
or a third and
never
a fifth.
the
Either a
last
second, a
three
fifth, or a third.
trades they haven't had a first round pick included with it. So
Crazy. Crazy.
and then they gave away their first round pick to the Bears. So
Yeah, yeah, one of the best trades in NFL history. Oh,
wild. Just wild.
yeah. So we'll go pretty quick with the Bears here. They just traded for Keenan Allen. They sent a 4th round pick that they got from the Panthers, so that goes into part of the trade. Uh, uh, for that first overall pick last year.
It was a free pick. Not
Yeah, basically it wasn't their pick. Yeah, so they got Keenan Allen, 31 years old, um, on last year's contract, I believe. So that's why I think it's a pretty interesting trade. I think it's a good trade to have across now they have two pretty solid receivers. I think they're both top 10 in the league last year in receiving yards.
yeah.
Um, Interesting decision for the 1 year because I don't know if they'll resign him, but
Still just a
if
fourth
it
round
seems
pick,
like a
you know?
win now move for the Bears,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you make that trade if you're drafting a QB. I don't know. I just don't know because the win now, you know what you're getting with Fields, and I feel bad for Fields if they don't keep him because they actually have like good weapons on this team now,
Yeah.
and you're just he never had a chance really to uh to play with these type of weapons. So
Yeah.
um,
They only got DJ Moore and Cole Kmet last year. That's it.
yeah, I mean Darnell Mooney just couldn't get any separation. If you're watching it, a lot of drops last year. You could if you look for the Bears, a lot of drops on Fields passes.
Yeah.
But Jalen Johnson re-signed for the Bears, which was great. This is someone they needed to resign. They traded for an offensive lineman from the Bills. He can play center, which is another position they needed bad, which I thought they were going to draft, but maybe now they won't. They'll wait off for another year.
Yeah.
They signed another tight end, Gerald Everett from the Chargers. Now they have Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, not Robert Tunyon, who had like 3 drops last year, 3 potential touchdowns. Um, DeAndre Swift, who we talked about. A lot of people don't like the contract. You have to remember it's 3 year, 24 million. Yes, it sounds high. Only 15 mil guaranteed. So 5 mil a year for the next 3 years, basically. Um, if they don't like what he does, he's cut. Boom, 10 mil lost. 1 mil. Like it's not that big of a deal there. I think it's just a solid
Dang.
contract. If he works out, he's only 23 years old, 24 years old. So
Gotta
I,
clip
I
that
think
one
that's
right
why
there.
you have to give him a little more money because of the higher upside of
Put that
like
on
a
the Bears
Derrick,
Reddit post.
like a Derrick Henry, and those are like the big ones so
Yeah.
far. They didn't get an edge yet, at least.
Yeah.
Um, so that makes me think they might go Dallas Turner at 9 if he's there, or like Jared Verse, one of the top edges. I think there's like 3 top edges right now. Uh,
Yeah.
Liatu Latu, Jared Verse, and um, I just said his name. I can't remember.
Dallas.
Dallas Turner. So at 9, you'll probably see one of those if they don't bring in an edge. And then I already said Keenan Allen from the Chargers, which surprising, but great move, I think.
Yeah.
Um, so right now it's looking like right now on the team, Fields, Allen, Moore, Khalil Herbert, Swift, Komet, Everett
It's
for
pretty solid.
offense.
Pretty
That's
solid.
a
We'll
lot of people
take it.
saying one of the top offenses in the league, and um, I think talent wise it's pretty good, So
Just need someone. Don't know who's gonna throw them the ball
yeah, I'm
or
hoping
hand
it's
it off.
Fields. I'm hoping it's Fields, and who knows? They could add another receiver here in the draft too. So if they trade back, we'll probably that's how they'll probably go wide receiver,
Yeah.
um, or maybe they'll surprise everyone and go like Drake May and Daniel Smith. We'll see. Um, Still a lot of time left there, but exciting time for Chicago fans. Plenty of time to see for the trade. We got about a month and a couple weeks, a month and a week.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Caleb Williams Pro Day is next week, so that's when they'll probably start making the decision of if they're going to draft him or not. So yeah, just a quick update on what I think of the Bears moves. Um, better than the Cowboys, that's for sure.
Any
Uh,
anyone's better than the Cowboys right now.
one move and it was for a linebacker,
Yeah,
or maybe two. And I think they got a corner also. But um, yeah, so next, a little bit of baseball. Huge trade for the San Diego Padres, who seem like whenever there's a big name out there, they go and get them.
yeah,
They just traded Juan Soto though for or to the Yankees, and um, they used Drew Thorpe, who they got from that, to send to the Chicago White Sox for Dylan Cease,
yeah,
under contract for a couple more years. He's 28, I believe. So they add to their rotation. They have a pretty solid rotation out there now. Um, and I mean the Padres have one of the best farm systems in the league. So that's why they're able to just go ahead and just send out all these top prospects who knows if they even going to turn into anything. But
yeah. It adds another piece to the rotation. Uh, People are saying that it's not gonna get them past like the Dodgers or anything. Like it's not something too crazy. It's not gonna give them like 12 more wins, but it is something to add to the rotation.
yeah, it's definitely a win now move. But yeah, like I said, they traded Drew Thorpe. He's the 85th best prospect in the league. Um, in baseball, and he's a number five prospect for the Padres. Samuel Zavala, number seventh prospect, outfielder, and then Jairo Iriarte, number eight prospect, and then Steven Wilson, good old Steven Wilson on the move. So they got three pitchers and one outfielder to the White Sox. Um, and then quick, just how their rotation looks. It's got Dylan Cease, Joe Musgrove, Yu Darvish, Michael King, who they also got from the Yankees in the Juan Soto trade. Had a good year last year, and Matt Waldron. I believe he's the knuckleballer.
Yeah,
So, um, not a bad lineup there. Not a bad lineup.
love that.
Don't think it was too much of a trade, or
Yeah,
too,
it's
like
like
I don't
people
think
are,
they gave up too much,
yeah.
or even though he had like a pretty high ERA last year, but high potential.
Again, it's not gonna, they're not going to win the division now. But they're also not going to be last place.
You
So,
never know, man. The Dodgers, could look good on paper, but we've seen
well,
these mess up before.
Mookie Betts going to shortstop. So,
Yeah, they're already trying to fill a hole that they lost because they had to sign Otani and
yep.
Yamamoto. So
Gavin Lux can't throw it that far, supposedly. So, good for them.
yeah, not very good defender, but good hitter.
We got March Madness brackets coming out next week, so that means we got championship week for the men's and women's side. Just want to go through the men's side on who is winning their conferences. Um, Kansas got beat in their conference um
A lot of upsets happened.
division. Duke just lost last night as well.
You know,
Uh, it doesn't really matter, but Gonzaga lost to St. Mary's.
so St.
Uh,
Mary's is in, right?
yeah, so St. Mary's is in. They were gonna get both of them were gonna get in anyways, but
Oh, okay.
St. Mary's gets a higher seed. But just some of the teams that have won already: Morehead State, Longwood Lancers from the Big South, if you know who
Nice.
they are. The Drake Bulldogs and the Missouri Valley Conference, Stetson in the Atlantic Sun. You got James Madison, Sanford, Wagner, Oakland. First time that the Oakland Golden Grizzlies have won the championship, got into the tournament. Charleston, St. Mary's, South Dakota State, McNeese, Colgate, Montana State, and that is it for right now. We still got the Big 12, Mountain West, ACC,
Pac-12.
Back 12, yep, and SEC. Pretty much all the bigger conferences still have games left there. But yeah,
Yeah, Bronny James not in the tournament. USC lost, I believe.
I don't think he's still trying to find his groove. I guess he's shown improvements throughout the season.
He's also not the main guy on the team, but
Yeah, I mean, there's,
their team is just not very good.
yeah, I, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be a one and done. I think he's gonna come back for a second season.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with coming back,
No,
A lot of players do come back and they show so much improvement and they get
higher,
top 10 picks.
higher pick. Yep. And so yeah, keep you updated on that. I'm ready for March Madness. Honestly, I'm more excited. I think a lot of people feel this as well. And what I've been hearing, a lot more people are excited for the women's March Madness than the men's March Madness because you got Caitlin Clark, you got Angel Reese, you got Paige
Bigger names.
Beckers. Yeah, you know more women basketball players than you do men. So
Yeah.
um it's exciting time. So yeah, I'm excited for that. South Carolina, they're on undefeated season,
Yep.
back to back regular season undefeated. So yeah, excited for March Madness. Noah went over his Bears off season, the Niners off season. It's looking the Niners have no money, you know.
Yeah.
They uh they have to let go Chase Young. He's not coming back. Uh there was rumors that Debo was looking for a trade. The Ravens commented on it that maybe he was going to go to the Ravens in a trade, but that got denied. Brandon Ayuk still needs a contract, and with the Ridley deal, I don't know if the Niners can pay him that much money based on Ridley's contract. Um, I think a lot of people are restructuring their deal like Kittle did. The Niners did sign some defensive players because they struggled last year. Good pickup with Leonard Floyd, veteran.
Take the
They
place of Chase Young.
Yeah,
Go Bears.
go Bears. Yeah, 2-year deal worth up to 24 million. They traded for Malik Collins, defensive tackle, after releasing Armstead, and I think Javon Kinlaw got let go
Nah,
as
he's not
well.
coming back. Yeah.
They also signed a defensive end, Yatir Gross Matos, who was with the Panthers, I think, last year. They also signed Jordan Elliott, signed a safety. And then the big headline, Noah, for the Niners, they re-signed Brandon Allen. So
Nice.
1-year deal because Sam Darnold took a $10 million deal with the Vikings. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's wild.
The Vikings were desperate, man.
Yeah.
They
So,
needed somebody.
so the Niners have I think they have like over 10 draft picks this year, so they're definitely going to be drafting people, getting rookie contracts instead of giving out millions. So we'll see there. But very quiet off season for free agency for the Niners compared to the Bears. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, a lot of
different stages of the NFL.
eventful in different ways.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And then finally, my last topic is something weird that happened in the NHL. Jeremiah Yeager bobblehead night was supposedly tonight or yesterday night. It was the Sharks versus the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Penguins. And supposedly it was gonna be bobblehead night, and all the bobbleheads were stolen from California in a shipment container. All 18,000 bobbleheads were stolen. So the Penguins had to give all the fans that came in vouchers, and we'll pick it up later.
It's
So
just why the bobblehead? Like they had to have stolen the wrong container, right?
yes, I'm pretty sure. Like maybe they were looking for a car. I don't know, but
Yeah, maybe they had this intel on a butt. They're like, okay, there's like $1 million worth of drugs in this container.
Yeah.
We're gonna steal this and we're just gonna resell it. Imagine the surprise if that's what you think you're stealing and you steal it and you get to your little warehouse or whatever, you open it up, just a bunch of bobbleheads.
Yep. It's like maybe we have to crack them open. You
Yeah,
know,
maybe
that's
they're
where
inside.
the drugs are. Nope, they're just bobbleheads. So
Dang. Then you can't even sell those because then you'll
that's
get
gonna be real awkward.
you'll be like, oh, so this is the guy who stole the bobbleheads.
18,000 bobbleheads. That's just wild. Just wild. So those are my
Funny story.
headlines for this week. Let us know what you think about NFL free agency, as that was the big topic for this week, and it's still ongoing. Still ongoing. You want to just do underdog picks or
Yeah, underdog.
okay?
No Podal. We haven't done Podal in a month.
It's okay because Portal takes a while. We'll get back to Portal, but
At some point, yeah.
a lot of stuff has been happening. So yeah, NBA underdog picks.
I'm gonna go with a little Detroit action. Detroit versus Miami. We all love, Cade Cunningham. I'm gonna go higher than 7.5 assists for Cade Cunningham. He's averaging about probably like 7 or 8 assists a game. So
Yep.
I think it's an easy choice there. Next, I'll go with Emmanuel Quickly. Toronto, not very good this year. Uh, and the Magic, probably one of the best defensive guards
Yep.
in the league. So I'm gonna go lower than 22.5 points on that one. And then for my last pick, we'll go with the Jazz and one of the rising rookies in the league, Keontae George. I'm gonna go higher than 19.5 points. Um, he's a little rising star potentially here.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sweet. On to my picks. I got Bam Adebayo going higher than 13 and a half rebounds plus assists. His rebound numbers are at least 10, and he tosses in at least 5 assists, 6 assists in the last 3 games. So I think that's a no-brainer there. Next is a no-brainer as well. We got Wembanyama. I don't know how this number's so low, but I'm going higher than 14 and a half rebounds plus assists. He's definitely getting like at least 14 rebounds a game. So just top, even you can even go 10 rebounds and 5 assists, and I'm pretty sure he'll get that. And then finally, my last pick, we're going with Vasilije Micic from the Thunder, I think. Was it Thunder? No, Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah.
From Charlotte,
Well,
I'm
the
going
Thunder aren't
higher.
even playing.
Huh?
I was like, the Thunder aren't even playing.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
I,
looking.
I forgot what team it was. We're going higher on him. 21 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. Last couple games, he's been almost getting, or is getting 21 points on himself, or by himself. Toss in a couple rebounds, toss in a couple assists. Easy money there. So, those are all our NBA underdog fantasy picks for March 15th. Let us know. And if you want to request more games and days, I guess you can in the comments and we'll try our best.
Nice.
And there you have it. That's episode number 78. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Go like and follow us on TikTok before it gets banned. If it gets banned, I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe
Yeah,
go
like and follow us, and then it just gets banned.
and
Yeah,
just gets banned.
that
So
makes sense.
I don't know. YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
I'm sure another app is gonna come along. It's gonna be like TikTok. So
Yeah, it'll just be American based, but yeah, I doubt TikTok will sell. I think that's one of the options for them to stay in the US. They have to sell. Um, but they have over 1 billion users, and the US only brings in 100 and something million of those users. So why would they sell
I
to
don't know
keep the
what's
US market? It
I
makes
don't know
no
what's the
sense.
big
It makes no
issue.
sense.
Also, too,
Uh,
the vote is now in the Senate, and the Senate has no plans to get to it. It's kind of just why is it here? So the Senate may even say no, and TikTok
Yeah, there's a whole
will not
process.
be banned. So
Yeah, there's a good chance. I mean, I don't think it will be. But if it does, then maybe we should just make an app. For sure.
we'll call it
Make
the
the
MPP app. We'll have our own app.
maybe
No,
not.
no,
Maybe
I
not.
don't think so.
We'd have to think of a better name, you know.
I said that, and I'm like, no,
Yeah,
instantly
you're
no.
like, who would join that
Instantly no. You
garbage?
want me to download your personal app to look at your videos? No, I'll just go on YouTube
Yeah, yeah. So
or
no thanks.
VPN TikTok.
And so someone would look at that and be like, I'm gonna make my own for everyone. That's not just for their content. And then we lose money.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll see everyone in the next episode.
Yeah.